Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Solecast, the show where we talk about everything culture, sneakers, and streetwear. Here we got Eden.
It's good.
And my boy, we got Carson. And we got a special guest here with us today. Introduce yourself, man.
What's up, guys? My name's Bo, and you guys probably know me in the sneaker YouTube world, reselling world. I've been on a couple channels now. Started with one store, and now see myself on like other channels, like other stores and other avenues on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm from the Dallas area and told my boys that I want to do a podcast or do a video, and here we are now. Appreciate you guys taking the time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks. We're glad to have you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, Bo, I know you introduced yourself. Do you have any like advice you can give to like any new upcoming resellers?
I would take advantage of the avenues that technology has really given us, such as Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, and the widespread resale community. And especially because right now, a lot of people are really seeing reselling as a way to make more money. So for you to sit back and watch all these other people make money and you not get into it, I feel like it's a waste of an opportunity, especially if you're younger, because I actually know a lot of resellers that I'm meeting nowadays that are actually younger than 16, so they can't even get a job. So what if you like build up that money that could help you, I don't know, buy a car or help with the payment of some sort with your parents or something like that. You never know.
Or start even a new business.
Exactly, right? So like these are a lot of things that could probably help you guys, and there's really no age limit or the starting age to this reselling stuff, I feel like. So I think it's just a kind of a easy opportunity for you to get into something that it's really, honestly, I feel like harder to lose money on something than make it. Like it's harder to lose it than make it in this. So that's just something I would give to younger people or people that just aren't reselling right now. I've given this advice before. A lot of people have before too. So I'm not going to act like I came up with this, but Facebook Marketplace is a good start because you can find probably some good steals here and there, especially with the sneaker market right now. I'm sure we're probably going to talk about it, the current state of the sneaker market. It's insane right now. Super high price stuff right now. Everybody's low-key, quote unquote, taxing for their stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you don't search all these new avenues, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter sometimes too, getting in these groups and stuff, you can get well connected with other people. I feel like it'll lead to better opportunities for y'all to make some money, maybe find some steals here and there, and will actually grow your customer base too. Yep,
that's a good way to put it. So how long have you been like reselling for?
So interesting story about how I came up, not really like the kids now. When I was 13 years old, I was playing basketball. That was one of my big passions, and that was when Nike basketball was like super big, and you couldn't find LeBrons for retail, you couldn't find Kobe's for retail, you couldn't find KD's for retail. People were lining up. I remember we were actually on a family trip, and we were actually in Hawaii, and it was Christmas time. Christmas KD 5s, Christmas LeBron 10s, and the Christmas Kobe 8s came out that day. And I just went down the street to a Foot Locker, and it was like, I don't know, 8:30 in the morning. And I didn't know what time they opened, but there was like a 20-person deep line for these basketball shoes, and I didn't really understand it at the time. But that's kind of how I got into it. I was really into the basketball culture, and really wanted to have cool kicks like when I was playing and stuff. So Hyperdunk 2011 was like some of the first shoes I was really hooping in.
Those were the shit back in the day.
Those were amazing, dude. Like I wish I would have kept them, man. I had like 2-3 pairs. I loved those. But those were like a big shoe for me. And then the first shoe I ever bought, that was pretty expensive for me at the time, was the LeBron 9 Elite Championship, like the gold swoosh white with black.
The home colorway?
Exactly, yeah. That was the one I got. That was like my first. I actually still have them. I wish I actually would have brought them because they have like tears and rips and all that stuff in them. So I think I've said this before on other channels and stuff, I've been a size 13 since I was 13 years old. So I've been able to keep everything, which is, not a lot of people can say that. So I have like those, and I have like an ID LeBron 10 win. Remember when IDs were like super dope, and we would wait a month and a half for that stuff? Yeah, so I have like one of those, and that's how I got into it. Once I started getting like really into it, like 10, 15 pairs-ish, it wasn't anything crazy, and it wasn't really expensive. What the Kobe 8s came out, that was the big shoe for me. I couldn't get them, obviously, because botting was taking over the foot sites and stuff like that. So obviously that shoe was reselling. I know it goes for a lot now, but it was going for like $400 or $500 at the time. Resale market. So that's a shoe that I was like, crap, like I really want that shoe. And took me a while to finally get it, and I did. I think I found it for like $450 on eBay and went through, and I still have it to this day, super clean. I actually hoop in them still, so don't roast me in the comments. I hoop in them. But that's kind of how I got into it. Was the Kobe happened, and then they went up a little bit in value, and then like avenues like StockX came out. Because you guys remember back in the day, like in order to price stuff, we would just take eBay listings. At least that's what I did.
And people just knew on the Facebook market too. So like Facebook was like the biggest thing. Well, for us, Facebook or not even Facebook marketplaces. That wasn't even a thing. Facebook groups. So like you'd search like your local Facebook group. So like for us, it was Dallas. What was it called? DFW's Elite Sneaker Sales or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So you join those, and then you'd kind of see what the market was around, like what people are asking, what they would sell for. eBay was a good avenue at the time. I don't know how nowadays, because now you can like check baseball cards and shit like that, and check the sold listings and stuff. Back then it wasn't as transparent as it is now, checking like sold listings and stuff. So that was what we used, like is just go through Facebook and just see what they kind of sell for around. But no, it was a dope era for sure.
It was a time when I felt like people that really wanted the shoe could actually have kind of a chance to get it. That's kind of when, and the camping out stuff. Honestly, I thought that built culture.
Yeah.
Like, I thought the camping out, like that was part of it. That was part of the game. And I mean, obviously there's some unfortunate things that happen. It was bad apples doing stupid things and you know, stuff like that, like in New York and, you know, other big cities, stuff like that, even like local places too. But I feel like that overshadowed the culture of like camping out and like the desire to like get these shoes from retail. But that's kind of when I got into it, because the Kobe's went up in value, and I was like, oh dang, like I'm never gonna sell them, but like, ooh, that's pretty interesting. So that kind of evolved into actually when I kind of like saw my first pair of Jordans that I actually like was like, dang, those are sick. First Jordan ever I bought was the Fear 4s. It's actually a pretty rare one.
It was actually really
which
good.
is really weird when I tell people it's Fear 4s, because you don't think of a Fear 4 as a kid's first Jordan.
Yeah.
But that was my first Jordan. I actually bought it off eBay too, and I got it for a steal nowadays. It's $300 for a size 13 steal. So that was a really good one for me. I'm never gonna sell that one. But that kickstarted my collection, because 4s were my favorite model. When I first started looking at, you know how like with the lot dunks, you kind of can see all the colorways and stuff. But it was a little different because the models I got to see, and I was like, oh, like Jordan 4 is just like my favorite. And still to this day, Jordan 4s are my favorite model, right in front of the ones. Those are like my favorite.
Compared to now, everyone's kind of like getting the 4s in.
You could say you were originally there rather than jumping on the wave like everybody is now.
Yeah, and I didn't care about the Nike. I do now, but I didn't care about the Nike Air on the back. Like I didn't care about those little things. But that was my first Jordan ever, and that's kind of how I got into the just collecting part. The reselling part really blew up for me in high school, because I would get stuff personal, and at that point I had grown my collection about 40-50 pairs, and I didn't get enough time, I guess, or enough wears in my shoes. I don't remember the specific shoe, but I bought it, and I think it was Supreme. It could be Supreme 5s, the white ones. I never got around to wearing them. I paid like $350 for them right when they came out, and it was size 13. I think they went up to like $550, $600, and I sold them, and that's when I was like, oh, like holding's kind of cool. Like, so I was never into the quick flip stuff. I knew people that did it, but I honestly, with playing 2-3 sports in high school and then also school and everything like that, I honestly didn't have time to like, you know, I didn't have time to go for it, and I didn't have time to line up and go to meetups and stuff like that. I just didn't have that time, because I also had I pretty much worked since I was 16. Also, I also had a job, so I didn't really have that time to go do all these reselling like I do now, where I go do meetups all the time and whatever. Like I actually just, funny, I met a guy here to do a meetup right before we did this podcast. Yeah. That's dope. So that's kind of how it started for me. I was a collector first, and then I became a reseller and collector, you know, simultaneously down the road. Yeah,
and that's not bad.
So that's a elongated answer that you guys weren't looking to.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
But yeah, that's my story, essentially how I got into shoes, and now I'm here.
It's always great to know how you know, people like yourself grow in these industries. You know, you guys get bigger, you get your name out there. You know, your network it just explores the area, and you know how you would never thought you would been at this area in this pavement just from selling a pair of sneakers.
Yeah, and it's crazy. What's crazy to me is that I was, and I'll say this, and I'll always stand by it, I was never in it for the money. Like it was for the love of the shoes, and that's why I love talking with people like you guys, because it's the love of the culture, it's the love of the shoes. Like I feel like I'm not a big clothes guy. Like sure, I'm wearing EE whatever, but like I'm not a big clothes guy. Like I love just wearing like some $10 slacks or like some jeans or whatever like that, or some shorts, whatever like that. But like I always use my shoes to express myself.
Yeah.
It's always been how I am, whether was playing basketball or I was off the floor or whatever. I just always wanted to express my passion for the shoes and the culture, because it was a lot deeper than that. Because a lot of kids now are, you know, oh, I could make a quick buck, and I'm obviously thinking about that too, because it's hard not to, but I'm more into it for like the personals and like seeing my collection grow, and like wow, like if we were in my room right now and when I showed all my shoes, I could probably have a story for like every person.
Yeah, that's dope.
I can remember exactly when I got it, how much I got it for, why I bought it, why I haven't sold it, even if I haven't worn it in over a year. There's shoes that I haven't worn in 2 years that I'll never sell. But yeah, that's kind of a good answer for your question.
So you're definitely not, as you say, the new era people that are reselling now,
And don't
which
get me
is
wrong,
dope.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No,
there's nothing.
there's not.
But I just feel like the appreciation for the original culture is lacking a little bit with the new generation. So I mean, that's why we're here. Maybe put somebody on game a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of teach them where we came from. I mean, you guys probably been in it longer than I have. So, you know, I just think it's a really cool conversation, right?
Yeah.
And I'm all into. So when I go to events, I'm really interested more in buying, obviously, but the conversations that I have with people, seeing their experiences, their interactions with the culture and sneakers, like certain sneakers too. Like I love walking by tables that have worn Nike basketball stuff. I love walking by that, because then I'm like, oh, you were that guy. Like you were the guy that I was fighting to get a KD6 for. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, right? Like what the KD6? Like who would, like I love that shoe. I have all the Whattas, because that was the era. Remember when the Whattas were like super dope? Yeah. So that, I mean, just as an example, I mean, and I have like all the KD Ant Pearls, like, because you know I have a strong connection with cancer and stuff like that with my mom, but like I'd never sell those. Those were so hard to get too. Like the 5s, I don't have the 4s. I need them. Nike, I heard Nike maybe retroing some KD
For real?
stuff.
I saw that.
Maybe. I mean, they're retroing LeBrons, like really good LeBrons, like the Miami Night lows, bro. I need those. And like I don't really like the South Beach as much, but like the Watch the Throne 9 PEs. So I bought the 16s because I never thought they'd ever come out with the 9s, and then obviously now I'm like, dang, I need the 9s. So, but like that's just an example of like a great shoe that I've marveled for years. Like the LeBron 9 Watch the Throne, that was like top of my list when I came up.
That was like Grail. Not even Grail. Like it was just like.
Just one of those to say, I'm gonna save up one day.
No, like
so
they wasn't. It was. I mean, it was a player exclusive. Like no one
I don't condone fakes, but when I was 15, I bought a fake the LeBron 10 MVP. I bought a fake pair of those for like $100 on eBay because they were so cool.
Yes.
And they were like $2,500, $3,000. I'm obviously not gonna be able to afford that. I wore them in basketball game, and I was like, yeah, these are real. But I was 15, I didn't know. But now I would never do that, you know. So anyway,
we don't condone that over here.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
How do you feel about like Nike, like the Watch the Thrones? How do you feel about them re-retroing them? I know there's like so I guess it's for the people that have the shoe
have the PE version.
Yeah, have the PE version. What do you feel? Do you think it's a good move that Nike's doing? Because they're bricks. I mean, I think they're still sitting at probably these local boutiques. Probably, I'm not even joking on that.
Can we take a quick break? Maybe check maybe that was size 13.
Center had them. I know they're still sitting at Center. I don't know about a 13, but I know like 10 and all these.
Everybody that loves the Nike basketball stuff is all big size.
Yeah.
14, 12, 13. We're all
everybody. It's gonna be really basketball players.
I will say it depends on who you're talking to. I know people that don't necessarily care about the money that they invested in that shoe are going to be like, beautiful job, because they want people to have that shoe, because they know how sought after it is. They know how many kids are like, have marveled. They know how many kids like me that grew up just like, oh man, that's like the coolest shoe ever. So I think it depends on who you talk to. If you have money invested in it and you were trying to make money off of it, then we're talking a little different. But like, for example, like I know Perfect Pair, I know he's probably not watching this, but Kenny, I know that he's a size 13, 12, and he has a lot of these PEs, a lot of these old stuff, and probably debatably the best collection I've ever seen. And he can't even show some of the stuff, so I don't even know what else he has. But I have marveled his collection for years, and he's a big LeBron guy, so am I. And he's had that shoe ever since it was the most marvel PE. And I'm sure if you asked him this question, he'd be like, honestly, it's really great because I know how many kids have been like, dang, I've always wanted that shoe, but I could never afford it.
Yep.
Imagine like when you guys grew up and you couldn't afford getting the
I
newest
couldn't afford
Jordans.
the South Beach.
Yeah, you can't afford them. Like, and then now you're growing up, you're like, oh, like maybe I can, you know? And then, but then they retro, and then all these kids are like, oh man, I still can't afford them, but now they're re-releasing, so now I can. Yeah. That's really cool. Like I would love for like people to comment down below or like DM me or DM them on Instagram and like tell us like, I feel like there's a lot of people like me out there that are like, dang, like I'm super happy they're retroing these LeBrons. It's a little different with some other stuff, I feel like. Oh man, Nike.
It's a love or hate thing on
Nike knows what they're doing. That's what I hope you guys are taking away from this. They know what they're doing. They're not retroing like LeBron, you know, 11. Like that was still a good popular shoe too, but they're not retroing like a LeBron 11 Miami Night. It's just black, gray, and pink. They're retroing the good stuff. So they also know what they're doing with all these restocks coming up and whatever. Anyway, that's a whole different story. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. For me, at least.
Yeah. See, what I can say is that so Nike's trying to go back to the basketball era because it's so popular, but it's not appreciated right now because of Travis, Kanye, the Yeezys. So we're all into that at this moment. So it's getting overshadowed from the Nike basketball era that we once loved. So when we see it, it's just like these new kids. They just say, "Yeah, it's a break." And it's like people like you and me.
My heart, bro.
We like the old school stuff that we couldn't afford because it's like. It's the meaning to the person that actually has the basketball shoe, like the KDs, the Kobe's, compared to like the new guys, like the Travises. They don't really care about this stuff. So it's right now Nike doing a good job in that, but still it's underappreciated.
Yeah, agreed. And I think one thing that we should mention is that Adidas is killing the game right now when it comes to basketball shoes. I hope you guys know that. So my little brother, he's 15. Shout out to you, bro. But he wanted basketball shoes for Christmas, and he wanted Trae Youngs or Hardens. You cannot find them anywhere in stores.
Oh, wow.
I hope you guys know that. They're sold out.
They're good basketball shoes though?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sold out everywhere. They're reselling. Like LaMelo's, they're reselling.
See, LaMelo's
because he's hot right now.
Okay, but even Trae Youngs are reselling. Yeah. Like I can't find, like I went to North Park, right across the freaking highway, and they didn't have any Trae Youngs, none. They had no Hardens.
Yeah, it just sounded like that.
I'm telling you.
I didn't know it was
and then
like
on top with Kanye stuff, it's because they're comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're cheap. Nike got these LeBrons for what, 225, 200? Adidas doing Trae Youngs and Hardens for 110, 130.
And they're good.
Oh yeah, and they got the boost in them. I'm not an Adidas hooper. I have enough Kobe's to where I don't have to wear anything else. I wear Kobe's when I hoop, but I wear like other stuff too, like my old LeBrons and KD, stuff like that. But if I had to choose a shoe for the rest of my life, it would be a Kobe. It'd probably be a Kobe 11 or a Kobe 8.
Okay,
it's like my two. But yeah, dude, shout out to Adidas and New Balance too. They're killing it too, man. Just with the lifestyle shoes they're coming out with now. I know some New Balance shoes are like going for like $1,000 for no reason, but like collectors.
I don't think New Balance is worth that much. Honestly. Personally, how to be a lifestyle shoe, just
I don't like them.
Really, like the 550.
I can't do it. They're too slim. Okay. They look like dildos. Like, I don't know.
Hey, yo. You could have picked anything else.
That was the skinniest thing I could think that was narrow. I don't know. Well, anyways.
You would know, right? You'd know?
Huh?
You'd know though, right?
No. How do you feel about the other ones though? Everything that New Balance is doing, all these like bringing these vintage shoes, this dad looking shoe, because I don't consider the 550 a dad shoe.
Okay.
I do not consider a dad shoe. I consider it it's more sports.
More like a hip young dad in his 30s. Okay.
I guess so.
I mean, however you wanted to find it, I mean, sure.
How do you feel about the 993 though? Like all those like new things.
I think there's a certain price point where I'm like, ooh, like I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't pull the trigger. And I think nowadays there's so many shoes, and because I have so many at like where I'm at in my collection, like I'm more worried about colorways and less worried about models. For instance, like I think the Jordan 1 Low, like the neutral gray, was a really good shoe.
Yes.
Like, because I hate always wearing white on white Air Forces because they're bulky. I'm a 13, it looks huge, and it doesn't work. Like these are a little, there's like a canvas, sail, whatever. This is like a little bit of a step out. Yeah. But like if I just want to go, like just wear a white on white shoe, maybe a little gray, like neutral gray is my go-to shoe. I'm sorry, I can't talk. But the Jordan 1 low, I'm really excited for. Not the ones like the bread toe low, not the green toe, like not with the wings on the back and stuff. But I feel like if they re-retroed the Chicago low and the like a bread and the Royal low, because they just did the golf shoes, bro, and like the gray one, the wolf gray one, it looks like a Dior low. It literally does. I've seen it in person and I'm like, dang, like that's actually pretty close. Which it's like $250 instead of $6,000, whatever it is, some even more. But you know, I think New Balance is taking advantage of their clout right now, which is genius. I mean, this is why they get paid a lot of money to do this stuff in the back end.
That's why they're still up and running.
Exactly. So and that's why we're not producing, you know, our own shoe yet. But that's my thing is like they're doing a good job with their marketing. They're doing a really good job of coming out with shoes that are in style. Because I don't really, I mean, you guys maybe know better than I do. Like, I don't really know the people reselling, I guess, wise, that are like buying the 993 and reselling the 993. I don't really see them at events, to be honest. I don't really see.
I don't either.
So what that tells me is they're either rare or people hoarding onto them.
Yeah.
Thinking that they will be.
And I don't really see people hoarding onto them. Because I don't really know how you could have called a 993 going up to $1,000. So what that tells me is they didn't make a lot, especially in the sizes that people want, which are the bigger sizes right now. So I don't really know. I'm indifferent about it. I'm not getting into the New Balance like that. I like 550s because they're cheap.
They're cool.
And I like how they do different colors. Like the UNC colorway, it's fire. Like Kais, shout out to you, bro. He dip dyed his orange pair in coffee for a night, and it like made it like an off-white with orange. It's pretty sick. But I think it's because more of the price point. Because dunks, right? They're seeing dunks, right? They're flying off shelf. They're impossible to get, and then the resale is so high, right? Let's come out with a shoe that's like kind of dunk-like.
I could consider that being like the New Balance dunk, like
Exactly.
the dunk of New Balance. You know what I mean? Like it's.
And then let's just make it cheaper.
Yeah.
Let's make it more affordable, and then let's market it really well. Let's pump them out. And I think that's just a really good thing that they did marketing-wise. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to compare it, is that it's the dunk, basically. But all the other ones, I don't see it. What do you think?
I don't see it.
We've talked about them multiple times.
I'm not a big fan
you don't
of
like those. What about you? Do you like them? Like, would you actually cop a pair?
No,
for like the $500 that?
What's the word? It's not like
Cup of tea?
I think it's gonna. I think it's just a trend right now. It's gonna die. I don't see those
I
lasting
just feel
long.
like, I mean, every shoe has its own crowd of people that want it. So, I mean, for the people that like New Balance, they're going to want New Balances forever.
For people who don't spend thousands of dollars on Jordans and that nature,
They want that one gray
that one.
992 or 993 because they know it's hyped to some people, and they know that if they have a shoe that's hyped to some people, then they know that they can fit in somewhere.
Yeah.
So as long as they can fit in whenever they're going places, and that's what we've come to nowadays. So
How do you feel about the 550s though?
it's more casual in my opinion. I don't really find it more like
It's
like the Jordan 1
walking-
or an Air Force. I see it more as like it kind of reminds me of like a van.
It reminds me
something
of like
easy.
those Pumas. What are they called? The Clydes? The Puma Clydes?
I think it was, yeah.
They're just casual looking.
Just an easy shoe that you just can, that you can wear, that you're not in the back of your head like, damn, bro, I can't get these dirty, I can't get these messed up.
Yeah, it's just like a pair of Vans, like a pair of Puma Clydes. It's like that's
It's definitely a throw-on shoe.
Yeah, it's a cool shoe. That's why I don't hate on it. Would I wear it? Probably not. What do you think about the 550s?
I just said it right now.
No, I told you about the 993s, but how do you feel about the 550s? You don't fuck with any New Balances whatsoever?
New Balances, no.
God damn, watch him cop a pair in 2 months from now or something.
If they're willing to offer a contract, I'm open.
Dude, okay, so you're telling me if you were to walk into Foot Locker, which you and I both know that's probably not gonna happen, but you never know. You walk into Foot Locker and you see what do they call it, 550? Mm-hmm. If you see it on the shelf, you would not cop it for retail.
How many times have we said 550? We need like a 550 counter in the corner.
How do you would not cop it?
No, I would not cop it.
You
Final
obviously
answer.
would.
No.
Would you cop it for retail? No.
Like you said, it's not my cup of tea, man.
Okay.
What y'all think about the potential collab with YEEZY and Jordan? I know y'all saw the picture, and then DJ Khaled gave him the We the Best Threes, and then we saw that collaboration picture a little bit after. What do y'all think? Y'all think something crazy is going to spice up?
Oh, me first?
What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's gonna blow everybody's mind if that actually happens. And I have no idea what's gonna happen, but it's gonna blow up like big time. And this Kanye documentary is about to drop in February. We were talking about that earlier. Bro, it's about to go crazy. If they should leak an image like right before the documentary or right after it.
Fans probably go nuts.
Like I think they're gonna do something.
Dude, anything Kanye sells, and anything Jordan sells. So
imagine the two greatest.
Imagine y'all saw the leaked picture of the Sixers and the Yeezy ones, right? That's what it was.
The which ones?
Yes,
all
it was a
black.
Nike Yeezy one is a 6.
Yeah,
the bottom was a 6.
Why did that just come out of
That's
nowhere?
a swap. There's
Even if that's a swap, if that comes out, I don't care. That shoe will. It'll
That's
break.
not gonna
It'll
come
break the internet if that comes.
all right. Hot take. That shoe's so ugly. I'd
It's
never buy it.
insanely ugly, but I'm
just a
sure
sample
everyone
though.
thought that Yeezy ones and twos were ugly too.
You know, I know the guy that black on black sample he wore at the Grammys. I actually know a guy that owned that shoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like from-
and wore it.
Dang.
With
talking about
no
Blitz?
socks.
Talking about Project Blitz?
No.
Did you smell them after?
I'm not gonna say who it is, but I know the guy. He owns a store. I know a guy. He actually told me the story. He got him from a guy, and it was really low, like below 10 grand.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, and
I
then
got it from
the
a
guy that
producer.
bought it from him. The guy that bought it from him like traveled from another country to come get it, and right before he gave it away, he put his bare foot in there with no socks. So if you had that shoe and you paid whatever you paid,
Wait, so how much did he sell it for?
I don't want to say it because
It was a big amount.
he told me not to talk about it.
It was a big amount
This
though.
is as far as I
It was a good check though.
Well, he's an OG.
No, but I'm talking about the.
He got the bag.
No, not compared to the 100.
Oh my god.
No, I'm saying
I mean, it was good. It was good.
it was a good amount. It was house money.
You made some money on it.
House money.
You made some money on it.
Okay.
Jesus.
But yeah, the Yeezy collab, Jordan. I don't know what you guys think about it. I just think it's gonna blow the whole reselling internet up.
What do you think it'll be though? You think it's gonna be more? You think it's gonna be more basketball? You think it'll be more lifestyle basketball, or just straight lifestyle? Because you know, like all three of them have their own, like every shoe.
I would
section.
love to see Kanye's contract with Yeezy though, because if I'm Adidas, I'm throwing a non-compete in there where he can't do collabs with other brands. And I know Yeezy is its own thing, but didn't Adidas buy it? Or I would think that there is something in there that doesn't allow Kanye technically to do
He did.
sneaker collabs.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
I feel like
Yeah, he said it. He
So-
said in a statement. He said he's like, I hated that on the Adidas contract. It says that that I can't wear Jordans. He's like, you can't tell a black man not to wear Jordans. Is what
Right,
that's
right.
exactly what he said.
So I feel like that would also extend to making a shoe with Yeezy on it. It's a Jordan, especially not a rival brand, but a rival brand.
But
No, it is.
I think knowing Kanye, he's crazy enough to break a contract.
Yeah.
He's
He would.
rich.
He has
man.
the money to break it.
He's got the money to
I don't
break
even think it's
And I
about
feel
the
like
money.
Adidas,
Exactly.
I feel like
It's the principle at
Adidas
that
low
point.
key
That's true.
needs him more than he needs them.
yeah, and he has
I
the
don't
money
think
to.
that's low key. I think
He could
that's
even just start.
straight facts.
Hey, he could leave Adidas and start Kanye brand.
And
He
everything
heard
would
the
still
Yeezy
sell
brand.
out.
Well, there you go. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
he would have to find an alternative to Boost.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I think that would screw up the shoe. I would still sell, but I think that it would screw up the shoe. So the Boost technology that's Adidas, and I don't know what a Kanye shoe, because I mean, the Nikes were really good, but a Yeezy Boost, man, they're so comfortable.
But you're not wearing them.
What?
You're wearing Yeezy Boost to this day?
Yes.
Which ones?
Not 350s though.
Which ones?
I wear the
700s.
700.
Okay.
I have the analogs.
Those are as bad. I say you're not.
550s?
Analogs are fire. Right, because it's just a white with black.
But
on
you know
the
what's
bottom.
funny?
Oh yeah, people don't wear 350s. You were getting into that? Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. But you know what's funny is that no one cares about comfort anymore. What are you rocking
Or
right
you
now?
would just wear an Ultra Boost.
What
all
are
the
we
time.
all wearing here now? Do you see anyone here with boots saying, "Oh, these are comfortable"? None of
we're-
our shoes are comfortable.
We're wearing hype.
Yeah, our feet fucking hurt after this.
Yeah.
Because
Your
it ain't
feet,
about.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm still.
So
Those are not. I know those are because I know that toe box is not nice.
Man, that's not. You got some comfort.
I'm just saying.
Comfy vibes, bro.
So I'm just saying, moving forward with the collab. What do you think he's dropping? That's what I know. You said we don't.
Like, is it gonna be a Yeezy? Like,
Is it gonna be a Jordan 3, a
or
2,
is it gonna
a
be
1?
something that's just similar to Jordan? Like, who's gonna have more say into the brand?
Jordan. 100%. Jordan's a lot bigger. And it just, in every aspect, Jordan's bigger.
Until I didn't, wasn't there a thing that like Jordan and Yeezy like had a dinner or something? Or they talked or something?
I didn't see anything.
But until we see a picture of him and Jordan standing next to each other, shaking each other's hands or something like that.
Let's do this.
If that picture comes out, just
If that picture comes out, it breaks the internet.
I actually thought there was some beef. Wasn't there some beef because of the song?
Oh,
Yeah, there was beef. 100%.
Do you think beef about Jordan?
No, it was Drake. And then it was also Yeezy when he was like Yeezy jumped over Jumpman. That was 2 albums ago.
Well, here's the latest news. I don't know if you saw it, but Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, said
Hey,
he.
bro, I don't like that dude.
Oh, well, the whole fucking scandal. But I
I
don't know if you saw.
I still got him though, but I don't like him.
Did you see what happened though? What he said?
No.
Marcus Jordan, you didn't see?
About what he said about what?
No, about he wanted to bring DJ Khaled and his dad and like the executives of Jordan all together for them to like make a shoe. Like he wants it to be done. Marcus Jordan said.
I'm sure he does, because he'd make a lot of money on backdoors.
Damn.
Oh, he's the one.
He's the owner.
one that
He's the
made it
owner of
not even be a
Trophy Room.
release, bro.
He's the owner of Trophy Room.
Bro, there was heads in Orlando though for that release.
Were you there?
No, but the people that
You know people that were there though.
yeah.
Okay.
I know people that started their resale career off that. I have somebody that literally flew from like another
Was this for the
country.
fives or for the ones?
The ones.
Okay. But the fives were a different
I had a
cut.
store that had full size runs for 2000 before the release, and actually when Cam and I were in Florida for our pop-up, we went to this store. It's called Sneak Peek Luxury. Go check them out. They're really
I know
cool
the
guys.
owner there.
Yeah, super cool guy. Love him. We actually we went there when we was in Miami.
We used to buy bulk off him.
They had trophy rooms early, and we bought 2 pairs before they even were supposed to release. So before
Like there was no pictures of it yet?
No, there was pictures, but this was when the pictures first got out and
Okay.
stores were first starting. They were like the first store to get them.
What'd you pay?
I didn't get them from there. I got them from another guy who was in Orlando. So, but I got the blue laces.
But you said Cam bought 2 pairs there?
Yeah.
How much
he
you
and
pay?
he and Eddie Pinero, shout out to him too. He's a kicker for the Jets. He was with us, and he bought a pair too.
How much did they pay at the time?
2,000.
Which they went, they went
At that
down,
time,
right?
but
they
at
went,
that time, they
at
went
the time
up,
that was a
They went
steal.
up to like 2,800
Yeah.
when they were like, oh no, they're all backdoored. I remember when I got my pair of blue laces, I bought them because I wanted them for personal. I wanted to wear them for graduation, which I did, which, pretty cool. Anyway, I paid $23.50
With the
blue laces, size 13.
Steal.
And he's from Orlando, and I know how much he paid. He got a lot of pairs, and I think the backdoor price was like $1,200 to $1,500 backdoor. I knew guys that got hundreds of pairs. So
At that price? They were profiting like $500 a pop.
Even more than that. 1,000 a piece.
Yeah, they weren't going for 1,800 when they
So
first dropped.
No, I'm saying the profit.
I paid $23.50 on a Thursday. He shipped out Friday morning. They got to Pennsylvania from Florida on a Tuesday afternoon, and by the time I got them in my hands in Pennsylvania, they were at $3,200. They had gone up $800 from the time he shipped them 4 days later. And I was like, no, I'm not selling them, because I really wanted them for graduation. Like that was like my goal, was to that's the shoe I want to graduate in. And now they're down more.
Like
but
they're at an all-time low, I think, right
yeah.
now.
You still wear them? Or did it just do you still wear them a lot?
Yeah, I've worn them other times other than graduation. It was kind of crazy though, because I got my picture of my little brother actually when I was doing my diploma, or whatever. It got posted on Nice Kicks, and everybody in the comments was like, "Oh, bro, he's creasing them Jordans, man." Like I was crouched down and I was like this, but I was like, whatever, bro. End of the day, it is what it is.
I mean, we're all, us four. I mean, I don't know if you spend the crazy money, but I know that us three have spent over $2,000 on a pair of shoes, and I'm sure that we're not going to buy them to put them on the shelf. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I am.
What you mean?
I literally just said us three.
Okay, whatever.
Oh my god. Well, anyways, I'm not gonna buy for example, we both have, I guess, let's say Yeezy 2s. I'm not buying that for them to sit in the shelf.
No,
Maybe me.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear.
I haven't worn the Solar yet. I need to wear it.
Actually,
But you've worn the other two, which means you wear the other one.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's true. Yeah,
They should make a type of documentary for that type of shit. Like that whole backdoor fucking scandal type of stuff. Dude, we're talking about kilo money. I don't know how many pairs fucking this dude had, Marcus Jordan, but we're talking about I mean, we're talking about 1,000 pairs.
You know how much money that dude made off that drop?
I don't
think
know.
about it. So think about so all he has to report for Jordan, for a trophy room to Jordan, is that he sold everything for retail after tax.
Okay.
Right? So retail was what? 160, 170? So after tax, you're paying like 189, 190. Okay. All he has to report is 190 sales. Like how many times? Like
I don't know how many pairs
times?
he had total.
It's like 2,000 something. I don't know how many he had, but I'm pretty sure he had the majority of this.
What was how many pairs were
It was 2,000.
24.
Yeah, 24 something.
24.
Yeah. So imagine 190. So his cost was 190 a pair, let's say, and his backdoor price was 1,200.
That's insane.
That's over 1,000 a pair.
Minimum 1,200.
And let's say you sold. He definitely had over 1,000 pairs. So 1,000 times 1,000, that's $1 million.
Cash.
That's a lot.
And it was all cash, exactly.
Yeah,
They weren't doing that over anything. That's
Yeah, they
cash.
were not wiring that. That's that you come. Yeah.
It's cash. You know what's so funny too is the funniest part was when they were posting about the raffle for like 3 weeks on their Instagram, promoting it. Though they relaunched the website of Trophy Room for the release, all hyping it up and all this stuff, and it didn't even happen. It's crazy. Still,
Well, it
bugs me
did,
to
but
this
then
day.
it didn't like.
Bugs me to
No
this
one
day,
won
bro.
and shit. And then they drop on sneakers too. I saw something about it. Like some people got early access or something like that. Like for. Yeah, some shit like
Bro, it
that.
was nothing. It
Yeah.
was such a minuscule. I think it was 214
Yeah,
pairs
like
on
some
sneakers.
people got some exclusive access or some shit.
200. I mean,
It was like 200 pairs. That's it.
that's
Yeah.
still not even 20. Both those numbers still nothing.
So what shoes are you excited for the upcoming year?
Well, that's tough because like, am I excited for resell or am I excited for like personal? Like, because I
personal.
feel like it's different. Because like I get excited about shoes that I know I'm gonna buy and keep in my collection.
Personal.
Okay, yeah, the Laker Union collab dunk. I'm probably definitely getting a personal and keeping them. I actually may be getting a pair soon.
Okay.
I actually have a guy that's reaching out to me about possibly giving me some pairs, so that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's a good one for personal. I'm really at this point. I got like 80 some of my pairs now, and I've slimmed down my collection from 110. So and it's honestly been just picking shoes I know that I would wear, and then what I have sentimental value for. Like I honestly just picked up a couple grails recently. I picked up. So I buy DS, right? And it's hard for me to un-DS when one market goes really high on certain stuff. So I try to find a used pair, right? That's what we do, right? And then we sell the DS pair
Me
and
right
make our
now.
money back.
That's with the Union Storm Blues.
So Union Storm Blue, I bought a size 13 a year and a half ago for $13.50 on StockX because you can't find that shoe anywhere. And it went up to, I think lowest ask right now is $4,900 and in a 13. So I didn't want to wear it, obviously. And I've said this on, I think, Common Hype's channel when we were in SneakerCon a couple weekends ago. Sneak City posted a size 13 up in Seattle for $2,500. Bought it immediately. It was worn. I bought it immediately because I knew that I was going to wear that one and then I could sell the 13. So I actually had a guy, funniest thing ever, literally the next day saw that I bought the pair and he goes, "Oh bro, I need your DS pair." And I was like, okay. And he said, "Can I trade you something?" I said, "What?" He sent me pictures of a used Off-White 4, size 13 men's, 14 and a half women's. I have a size 12 and a half men's, 14 women's that I bought on StockX DS, that I kept DS, and I bought it for $1,400. And that's when Virgil died, obviously, it went all the way up to $3,000. So I didn't want to wear that one either. So within the same week, I got a used Union Blue Toe and a used Off-White 4, two of my grails that I always wanted to un-DS, but I couldn't like muster up the confidence to because I was so scared to lose all that money that I probably could have made by getting it off. So I'm stuck with
Did he add cash?
No. So he gave me that and a Travis Scott Mocha High and $200.
Okay, so his W is all around.
He needed them really bad.
Yeah, that's
which is fair because you just can't find them. So right now I still have the Off-White 4 DS. I still haven't sold it yet. The used Off-White 4 and the used Union. I'm in on the used pairs, $600 a piece.
God.
So that's a big lick for me. But
Yeah.
I'm not selling either of them. Like the Union, I've been offered like over $3,000 already, and I'm like, nah, I can't. and it's used,
Yeah.
which is even crazier. But anyway, back to releases. For honestly, that's the only one I'm really hyped about that's coming up. I haven't really looked in depth at the resale calendar, to be honest. But I really look at the resale calendar for dunks and good collabs coming up. The Harvest Moons I just showed you before we did this, that one's gonna hit very nicely. There's a white and pink dunk, I forget what it's called. It looks like a velvet, but it's not a velvet. That one's also coming out. And then there's a bunch of restocks coming February 2nd and February 22nd.
Pandas.
There's a bunch. So Pandas, Cool Gray 11s, Patent Breads, and Red Thunders I think are gonna come back out again. So they're all restocking. So I'm like, where does that leave me with reselling? I'm not investing big into Red Thunders. I'm not investing big in Red Patents. Neither I am in Cool Grays, to be honest, unless I know a store that really needs them and they can sell them for like $450, $500. Okay. AKA maybe you guys, I don't know.
Okay.
But reselling right now, I'm really invested in the shoes that came out last year. Starfish Lows. I was really invested in the Seafoams, and you saw what happened with those. So that was a really good one. We were talking about Championship Red Dunks. That was a really good one. Georgetown Dunks was a really good one for me too.
The pink fours, the ones, the fake off-white fours.
Shimmers?
The shimmers, those went up. They went up. That was a lick whoever actually got in that early.
That was a really good one too. I actually never thought those would go up like they did. Never did.
Did you get Michigan State's?
Yes, briefly, but then I knew they would go back down. They went up way too fast, and then they went back down, and now they're back up. So it's like, it was like this. So I bought like here, sold for here, and then I saw them go back down like a week after I had sold off all my pairs.
Did you buy more then?
No, because I couldn't find them. Because everybody who bought them at the top, they didn't want to lose money, so I can't buy. So Starfish, for instance, a really good shoe.
It's a good one right now.
I have like 25 pairs right now that I'm holding because they were at like 240, 230, and honestly, when they first came out, I was paying ask. I was like, take them, because I thought they were ridiculously low. It's literally a low.
To retail,
it's literally a low reverse shatter backboard, which goes for like over $1,000. So I was like, there's no way that people aren't gonna like this.
Yeah.
Then they restocked, and I was like, crap. Like, what will happen? Whatever. And I wasn't really worried. I just rebought in even more. So then I'd buy for ask when they were 190, 180, and everyone was kind of freaking out that this shoe's not gonna go anywhere. And now we look toward today, and you got like size 8.5 through 10, almost all the way up to 280.
Yep.
Right. So, which is weird because the big sizes have been doing historically well in every other shoe, but for this shoe specifically, the small sizes are doing really well, which is really interesting. I know we probably don't even have enough time to get into everything. I wish we could, but the Asia market has been messing with a lot of stuff. I keep getting pictures from Nike stores and Foot Lockers out in Asia where there's just like biohacks sitting.
To this day?
Yeah. Pollen sitting, mids sitting, smoke gray, white sitting.
Damn.
I have stores that I know that buy off like Asia's version of StockX because they can get it cheaper and get it, and after shipping, getting shipped to the States.
I know the name of it. I can't remember.
Yeah. But I honestly, you know what's crazy is people may think that like we know everything. I didn't know that a week ago, and now I do. I'm like,
the Asia market?
Yeah, I didn't. No, I didn't know about the StockX version.
Yeah, that.
I didn't know that.
I just found out right now.
Yeah, it's like I can't remember what the fucking name is. I had the app before, but it's like I can't even fucking.
But you have to trust some people with a lot of money over there, and it's a tough game to play. But yeah, I mean, what are you guys looking for? I'm looking forward to dunk releases because every dunk has gone up in price, and I'm ready to go. There's a white and purple one coming out too. Forget what those are called. Those are gas. And Nike, if you're watching this, somebody at Nike has somebody's ear in whatever. Dude, stop making women's dunks, man. Make them men's too. Make them men's and women's, because me and my friend over there, we don't get to touch any of them. Like,
that's so true, man.
If you made a men's version of Green Glows, if you made a men's version of Laser Orange, and if you made a men's version of Orange Pearls, I'd have all three. Probably even Purple Pulses, I think I would have that shoe too. Like, they're all. What is wrong with you?
Those are
no, sorry, he only wears 2000 and up. I forget.
No men's.
I just don't like them. Well, anyway, bro, I appreciate your I like your taste. Well,
for the most part.
Doesn't look like you like my taste, huh?
Yeah, you just shit on his taste right there, bro.
You actually would cop Purple Pulses.
Yes.
Yeah. You'd wear Purple Pulses. The tie-dye purple looking ones, right?
Yes, it's a clean shoe.
Maybe not that one, but I would wear you said Laser Orange, I'd wear that one. I would wear the green gloves. I would wear
The orange pearl.
I'd wear the orange pearl.
So you just collect Nike Dunks from there?
No, thank God it came out with the men's UNC because I was really trying to, because the Coast Dunk was,
Coast Dunks,
when that first came out, I was so mad.
punching the air, man.
Seriously,
No size-
us big sizes, man, we're punching the air, man. Like we always have been. And then they like keep coming out like RKO pinks. I'd wear an RKO pink. I'm sorry, I would. I like pink.
It's all good.
You maybe not. It's all good.
It's all good.
I don't see you wearing pink.
No.
Man, you look uncomfortable now, bro. You're like,
No, bro. It's because I wasn't. That's not the answer I was
we about to
expecting as
scrap,
far
bro?
as.
fight night up in SOLEPLIER?
That's not the answer I was hearing. What I wanted to hear. When I mean upcoming releases, I mean like the hot shit. Like last year, the Dior's came out last year, right? Dior Jordans, right? It was last year, right?
People was picking them up.
I'm talking about hot
January,
releases.
February.
What I wanted to hear, I want to see the Off-White Air Forces, the Off-White Louis Vuitton Air Forces. That's coming up this year. I don't know if you knew they're doing the auction on it.
Okay.
When's that auction happening? That's what I wanted to hear. I'm talking about those breakthrough releases that we see at least once a year. Union 4s, that was a crazy release. Almaniers, that was a crazy release. Now we got
The twos.
the
I saw they
twos.
released
I don't
the
know if you
pictures
saw
today. They're
the
ugly,
twos.
dude.
That's what I want to
ugly.
hear. Like, what do you think about the Louis Vuitton Air Forces that are coming out? Like,
I think
what's-
they're just trying to capitalize on Virgil's designs. I mean that's okay.
Would you not cop?
I don't want them.
You don't want those?
No,
That's like
because I know they're gonna go for an absolute check and they're gonna resell.
I see people already buying them at 20K.
That's what
I
I'm
saw
saying,
a homie
though.
of mine is like, and retail's 2,000. Retail's
But
2,000.
bro, not everybody can be like you. It's all
No.
good.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it for 20,000.
Man, you said 20K
I just see it,
really
I just see it
You came
tonight.
right off your tongue, real easy.
It's an iconic shoe.
20K, bro. I got
He's boss man.
It's an iconic shoe. Like that's like a century type of shoe. Like, damn, bro. Like, I just said this on the last episode. Like, that's like a fucking fire ass shoe.
why are we talking about
the
this?
Also
packaging?
a fire ass price. You wanna make a big ass fucking hole in your wallet?
I'm just saying you could possibly get those for retail. Oh no, never mind. I heard that you only have
It's
to be.
over, man.
You can
No
only be.
retail here, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. If they were to do the same thing how they did it with the Dior's, you know how they did the raffle on it. Would you be a part of it? Like, obviously for the resale. But I'm talking
I'd
about.
obviously try.
Yeah.
But I mean, my thing is like, I feel like instead of making them super limited, I think they're gonna pump out a crap ton of them.
You think to do that?
I would love for them to do that.
I'm with you, man.
Because end of the day,
fire. You
it's
know
an
you like
Air
those.
Force. Like I know that like there are Air Forces that are rare, like Off-White MCA, Off-White, you know, the Lemonade colorway, all that stuff. I get that there are rare Air Forces, but I feel like you said, it's like a piece of history. Like it's a brand new thing. Like it's a revolutionary thing. I don't know. I would be, and they're doing different colorways. I've heard
that blue pair.
they're doing colorways. So what that tells me is I think they're gonna pump out a lot of them if they're doing
Just like almost like the
colorways.
lots in a sense.
Or like the New Balance 550s.
That too.
I can't believe he's probably in his head right now. I can't believe you just made a reference to 550s comparing to the best shoe of all time.
Not all time. I see the best shoe of all time is the Off-White 4 breads that are hopefully gonna come out. I don't know
Please,
where
I was trying to cook them last and I couldn't do it, so please help me out, man.
Off-White
He's
bread
delusional.
4s, one of the most iconic 4s of all history. Doing a collab with the legendary Virgil. How can you not get any better than that?
You guys work for this dude?
No, it gets better. It gets better. He said shoe of the decade.
Oh, God.
2020 to 2030.
It'll be one of the shoe of the
No,
decade.
you said the shoe.
No, yes, I said
No, yes.
You know what's a better shoe than that? It's an Off-White collab
Dude,
that's unreleased.
what?
The Canary Off-White.
What did I say in
They're
the
cool.
video? What
They're
did
cool.
I- oh
They're
my
cool, but they're
God.
not like
Canary Off-White one is better than that shoe.
It's not an OG colorway though. I'm not even gonna go.
Off-White 4 is not an OG colorway. That automatically scratches OG. Automatically.
How do you not think Off-White 4 breads are not iconic?
You're telling me that you would rather have an Off-White Bread 4 than an original Bread 4 with Nike Air on the back?
Yeah, bro.
Bro, now I see where your dildo comment came in, bro. Crazy.
Oh my God, dude.
He'd get that shoe put. Never mind.
Hey, no, wait, actually, funny or not, you saw what happened at the Foot Locker? The employee at Foot Locker cummed in the new shoes, and then put them back in the box, and they also came out today.
Really?
Not even joking, I swear to God. I'm not joking.
Just put
All
the link-
jokes aside, like all
Put the
jokes
link in the
aside.
video.
I'm surprised this
Link-
bad.
I
link
had no
somewhere.
idea this was gonna
But
happen.
I swear,
somewhere right
I
here.
swear.
I mean, we talk about everything in here, man. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, mainly
shit.
that. I mean, we don't usually go in that section of.
Yeah, you say some crazy shit.
You say some crazy shit, man.
No, bro. I've been reselling since middle school. Same area. I mean,
shit, clearly. Store now.
same thing about the
Beautiful store, by the way.
I appreciate that, bro. I've been in this like long. I actually have like a big passion for it. Same thing how you talk about the Nike basketball thing, the KD4s, like a whole bunch of shoes that, I mean, he could tell you exactly what we've been through on it, doing the Facebook market meetups, fuck it, doing late night 2 a.m. meetups, like, you know what I mean? That type of stuff that I was like a middle school.
Getting robbed.
We've been robbed. Did you have stories of being robbed?
No.
We have.
Well,
from the same dude too.
That doesn't count. That's not what.
So like we've been through it all. We've been through it all.
all right, cool.
We've been through it all.
better
So
now.
I think it's just those great conversations that you have from like one person that can kind of relate. Back in the day, sneaker events. When I'm talking about sneaker events, I'm not talking about SneakerCon. This is way before
Way before
SneakerCon.
that,
This
yeah.
is like Kickspo, Kicks 101.
They've
like,
been around for a while.
Yeah, they've been around for a
Yeah,
while.
Frank, yeah.
Yes.
That's cool, dude.
Yes, and this is back then when they would do awards on like who had the best, like the sneaker battles.
Yeah, they're. Oh man, you remember Complex started doing sneaker battles during COVID? Did you guys ever see their channel? They do sneaker battles with celebrities.
Yes, I do remember that.
So they would get like
remember
they would
that.
get like Kais and then like Harrison Neville, and they do a sneaker battle on like Zoom, and then they'd post it. It was actually pretty cool. It was like they were coming up with really.
But those events were
Sorry,
dope.
Go ahead.
No. But I'm saying like that's just how like it was different back then.
Yeah.
That those sneaker battles,
Yeah.
and then they had the groups, the teams. That's what they would call them. Like he was part of one called Team DS.
Oh
and
yeah, we actually won best sneaker group.
like they'd have like the best sneaker group, best
Shout out
Nike
to
SB
DS.
Dunk collection, best this, etc. on those
Like
events. So it was just like a whole
laser
community.
tag, like paintball team type thing.
It's just a whole community, dude.
No, it's super cool. Like it's such a small world, bro. Like it's so crazy because like
Pound for pound, this man actually won the Keymaster over there.
I was
Pound for pound.
I'm
I don't know
the
if
first
you told-
winner.
really
The first winner for Pound for
crazy,
Pound.
bro.
Hey, I'll send you the picture, but here go the picture right here.
Hey, put that
I'm gonna
picture.
get- I'm gonna get
That's
roasted,
like-
bro.
He's
I'm gonna
not
get
putting
That's
roasted
an
so hard.
iconic
putting that
picture.
up there.
Bro, everyone has seen it. I don't even care.
It's an
He's
iconic
gonna
picture.
put crickets and like zoom in on your
It's all
face.
over.
Man, you're blushing, bro.
I have rosacea.
I have rosacea.
What?
He has rosacea. It's actually a thing.
Bro,
I mean, yeah, my cheeks
you
are-
said some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's not crazy. That's what-
He's saying some weird. You the only man. We good, bro.
How comfortable have you gone with camera? Like, you know, with the camera, just getting through with everything.
You know, it was weird at first. If you guys go back to Cam's channel actually and go watch my first video when he first hired me, I'm like super like attentive. I'm very like, yeah, like my name's Bo and it's like a job interview. I feel like, you know, camera's in your face. You're like, okay, please don't screw this up. Please don't screw this up. And then my first day of work, I just didn't know what to say. And he like would put the camera in my face and like, I got used to it and it wasn't like a big deal and it, whatever. But I just, at first I was like, ooh, like there's like 100,000 people gonna watch this.
You probably got rosacea too, shit. In that first video.
Not like you.
I actually have it.
No, it was funny. He dubbed me the intern. That's how people know me as Bo the intern.
At the time?
Yeah. And then it caught on really good and ended up, they made a t-shirt out of it. And yeah, we like
fans were making
we
t-shirts and shit?
No, we made it.
Oh.
And Ken made it and we sold all of them. Sold out of them. It's pretty crazy.
Did you get a percentage off that?
No. It was all reinvested back in the business. What are you?
Oh, it was
Growing
right.
business?
Damn.
Jeez.
Oh, it's just a question, dude.
Hey, what's your bank account number?
The only one can listen.
Yeah, what's your routing number?
No, I'm just
Like,
saying.
what are you? No, I'm playing. But that's a good question. At first it was weird, and then I got used to it, and then I was like, okay, people don't hate me, because I used to read comments all the time, and people didn't hate me.
Were you nervous? Like, I know you said you were nervous. But
Oh,
I'm talking
yeah.
about the, were you more
Oh,
worried
yeah.
about the comments than the actual?
No. I was more worried about him firing me.
Because you didn't want to do it?
No, I was more worried about me doing a good job.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was always worried about. I was always worried that he could either find someone cheaper, or he could find somebody that would do a better job than me.
How old were you at the time?
It was last year. I mean, I got hired in December and then started working.
I'm thinking this is
Yeah,
like 2
I
3
started
years
my
ago.
first day of work at Kim's store. I think was the 26th of December last year,
Okay.
or 2020. Yeah. So right before 2021 started.
So then you just got comfortable.
Yeah.
You just got comfortable with the camera after that.
Yeah.
You just,
And
like
I
how
honestly
it is
wasn't
now.
on camera that much, but when I was, I just felt like I needed to just be positive, bring good energy, and you know, that was kind of like my role. I felt like I fulfilled in a good sense, I guess. It was just good for the audience because I came across as like a personable guy that just like, you know, just really loved sneakers and just really loved being there. Because I hope in the videos, like you see like my passion coming out and like me just being me kind of thing, you know what I mean? And then my role transitioned into more like buying more, and like he trusted me buying shoes and stuff like that because I actually was pretty decent at legit checking, and I actually just keep improving. Because it's hard to find legit checkers now that know what to look for sure, which is always my worry when stores open is, ooh, like sometimes I'll walk into a store and I'll like, not your store because you guys are 100% great. But I would like look at, sometimes I'd walk into a store, I'd be like, ooh, that mocha, that color looks a little off.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously it's not like bad on that store. I mean, yeah, obviously you want to check every shoe and you want to catch every fake, but sometimes stuff gets...
Just retrain or something like that. Just learn off of it, you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, I even have resellers in the Dallas area because like mochas are like my best shoe that I can check that's really hard to check. A lot of resellers just tell me, hey, like, can you please check this mocha like that I bought? And they're really reputable people and they know what they're talking about and they're still asking me for second opinions.
Okay.
So that's what I learned is, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I got, which was I learned my sneakers better, worked on my sneaker knowledge, what to look for in fakes and real pairs, and then networking and just like talking with people. Because obviously I hope you guys can gauge from this whole whatever talk that I love saying a lot of freaking words. I ramble, and you know, some people like it, some people don't, but honestly, like, I really appreciate, you know, everybody that comes up and talks to me. You guys have me here today. I really appreciate it because, you know, I'm the kind of guy, if like you have something that I don't have, which is like knowledge sense and like this stuff, I want to hear about it.
Yeah,
like,
just
you
exchanging
guys' experiences in sneakers are going to help me one day. I already know it. And I feel like there are things that maybe I could say that you guys are like, oh, like that's a good opportunity, or like maybe I should try this next time. And maybe it won't work, maybe it doesn't. But at the end of the day, like everybody has their different experiences and their backgrounds, builds who they are and how they approach different things. And like the reason why he's doing that over there, like probably a reason, like, you know, but nah, all jokes aside, like I just love talking with people that have the same passion that I have. And even if you don't have the same passion, like I feel like it's just cool to spark that conversation because there's a lot of people that I know, my friends, they have no idea that I still do all this stuff. Yeah. Like there was people at college, they called me the sneaker dude. They were like, oh, you're that sneaker guy. I was like, what do you mean? Like you work at that sneaker store? I was like, oh yeah. Yeah. But they knew me as me and they were like, are you like, where do you go during the day? Because I'd leave my apartment at 7:30 in the morning every day and go work. And then I'd come back, do class, and then I'd do it all over again in the morning. So it's all about the grind. Like how bad do you want it? Like how bad do you want to make money? How bad do you want to meet people? How bad do you want to, you know, get that certain shoe? That was always where I was at. And I know that for you guys, I mean, I at least not what I've gauged from our conversation today is that, you know, you guys probably grinded your asses off to like get certain shoes. Like you saw it at like this pinnacle and you're like, fuck, like I got to really work my ass off to get this. Yeah. And that's how I saw it too. Because I worked at a golf course for minimum wage for 3 years through high school. Out in the hot Texas sun. If you guys aren't from here, it's hot, like 110 degrees during the summertime. And it's not easy work. Like it's literally like manual labor. Yeah. And for minimum wage, especially in today's economy, it's really freaking low. So I grinded it out. Like I remember I wanted Pirate Blacks really bad. Worked for like 2 months to get that shoe. So just an example, but again, I think I've said everything. I'm gonna re-say it over and over again if we keep rambling.
So at York, you were still reselling obviously before that and everything, right?
Yeah, but not on the scale that I am now.
You weren't in the store and you were just flipping on the side, basically. You were just
barely.
Oh, not even.
Barely had enough time.
And that's where you just started learning everything.
We were blowing up. We had over 100 DMs every day. Like and it was 3 of us. Yeah. So like, yeah, we were stretched super thin, but like we figured it out. Like we'd FaceTime each other when we went home. We would go home from work and we'd still work, like just to get through DMs, just to like sell stuff and get more pairs. I mean, bro, it's a growing business though. Like you have to do it. Yeah. Like, and all I wanted was for the brand to grow and make more money, because I didn't really care. Like I got what I got, but it was like, bro, like
you just wanted to see something come out of it.
Well, like, I wanted to be known as part of it. Yeah. Like that I helped something grow. Because I knew my path wasn't necessarily staying there, just because I already had a job set up for like a career like back home. Mm-hmm. So I was always like, oh, this is a good way to make money, but it's also like my passion. Like I get to be around sneakers all day and get paid to do it. Heck yeah, I'm doing that. I worked at a restaurant at the time, which was no problem. I loved it there, but I could be around sneakers all day and get paid. Like, oh yeah, I'm down with that. So that's kind of where that opportunity came from.
Well, moving forward from that, do you ever thought about opening up your own store, like based off of everything that
I think I've talked about this a couple times on other channels. It's not really on my radar right now. I've had a couple stores approach me and be like, hey, like, can you come work with us, or do you want to like
you've actually had like people
you want to
like serious offers and everything,
yeah for sure,
partners, shit like that, like people maybe
not even like yes and no, like partnerships, non-partnerships, people that want me to, I mean, even family. Like I had a serious conversation with my parents. They were like, do you like, they thought about it. They even told me like, if you really are passionate about this
like
stuff,
invest
like,
in you and everything.
Well, yes, but like I predominantly do it on my own. Obviously, but
they're just really supportive.
Yeah, I mean, I told them, I said like, you know, support me in my decision, but honestly, right now, it's not really my path because I'm a conservative investment person, I would say, unless it comes to shoes. Obviously, we buy shoes that are like $1,000, whatever. Yeah. But I would say that like when it comes to like investing my own capital into a store, it's like really hard for me to be like, like, when can I flip this back? Like, and then if let's say I have to take a loan with somebody, I'm gonna be indebted to them, and I hate owing people money. So then it's like, dang, like, and also Dallas is like, there's a lot of stores here. They're very established, and
it's a lot.
The market is always fluctuating and changing. And I've seen stores do really well. I've seen stores not do so well, but they act like they're doing really well. So like I've seen it all. Yeah. And honestly, the location is everything. And right now, if you asked me where I would put a store in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'd have no clue. Like obviously, like I don't think there's an untouched spot right now because I find new stores every day that are like in like that's like a Euless store, a Tyler store that I found out about this year.
A mall that you've never even heard of,
and they're just killing it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is like I feel like location is everything, and if you find the location, you have the money, and you have the resources and the clientele, then you're good. But right now, the location makes no sense to me, and I don't really want to move. So there's all these kind of things that go into that. I'm really happy where I'm at. I'm really appreciative for like the people that support me and follow me and buy from me, sell to me, all that stuff, and just have a conversation with me at events and stuff. And I like that. And I get to travel. I'm still traveling all these events. I get to travel with my friends. Like with Comet Hype, I go out to Arizona, hang out with them. I think they're gonna come to Dallas soon. I mean, we're probably gonna go to Got Soul in February in Boston. Like that's gonna be super fun. And then I get to, you know, establish my career with, you know, the insurance thing that I'm doing, and I'm honestly just blessed because I kind of get to play two worlds, and like I came from
enjoy
work today.
both.
Yeah, like I came from work today, and I was not like I was sat at my desk all day, and that's not like the full-time trajectory. You'll obviously get into something where I'm not behind a desk all day, but I wasn't mad about it. Like I actually had a really good day today, right? And like I have a lot of good coworkers. I'm with a really good company, and then I get to resell on the side and just meet guys like you, talk to you guys, and then. Like that's just fun for me, bro. Yeah. Like just being you guys, but like to be like you guys didn't even hit me up. I hit you guys up. Like that's how it works. Like I'm not expecting anything from you guys. I don't need anything. I wanted to come because I've been to your Southlake store before. I've known a couple of you guys before, and I just wanted to chalk it up. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. I just want to chalk it up, have a good time. That's all I'm here for.
And we appreciate you.
Because the money will come. Like the money will come. Just don't sell yourself short. Like that's what I would say, everybody. Like know that if you grind your ass off and you really put your heart and soul into everything that you believe in, the money will come. The money will come. Your $20 that you're making on like the Golden Gals dunks that came out that are total bricks. Trust me, that just because you didn't make any money on that one, or you took a loss on a shoe, or on anything in life, just get past that. It's the past, you learn from it, and then you move on. Because next thing you know, let's say you hit a lick, like let's say you get a plug on some playoff 12s that are coming out soon, and you get 50 pairs. That's gonna be a really nice payday for you. So just as an example, that I just feel like everyone should just be encouraged to keep pushing. I would set high goals, but I wouldn't set unrealistic goals. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people are like, I wanna make 100,000 reselling this year. Bro, you just started. That's just not how it works. Yeah. And like, I don't even make 100 grand in a year. I wish. Shoot, I probably wouldn't be doing anything else other than reselling if I was making that much. But anyway, that's the whole. I mean, I'm sorry. I know you asked like a specific question,
no, you're good,
and then
bro.
I kind of just talk about a bunch.
No,
of
you're
shit.
good.
But
It's crazy that people come up to you and offer you like, because I know there's some people like, oh, hey, I'll offer you 50% like in ownership or something. Then they just like they're ready to kind of like invest in you in a way. Like some people, I know this because there's some people that be like, oh, hey man, I'd like to be like part owner or something. They're willing to offer you like part ownership in a store and be like, oh, I got all the inventory. I just want you to come in with me and be my partner. We can use my inventory, and I'll pay the bills, et cetera, and then you'll just get 50% of the
and that's just, and you know, that's, I mean, it's not like a super specific science. Like, I'm not saying that like that happens specifically, but I will say that I have been able to project to people, show people that I can do this. Like, I have the capabilities of doing so, right? There's a reason why, like, you know, he's 20 years old. And you probably trust him with any shoe that walks through the door. He can probably make sure it's good, right? Like, you trust him, right? If I gave him $10,000 at SneakerCon, go buy. Yeah, I would trust him with 10K. Like, he's 20 years old. Like, I know guys that I would give 10K to that are even younger. That I would trust. But like, it's all about building that rapport, that character. And I feel like that's something that there's been a goal of mine, is regardless of what happens to me, regardless of how much money I make, if I lose, if I, you know, sell fake, buy fake, whatever, my reputation is number one, right? And how I portray myself on, you know, online, in person. I'm the same person as I am right now online as I am in person. If you guys get to meet me at an event, you'll see that. I will take the time to talk to you about anything. Half of my DMs aren't even about buying or selling. They're about investment advice. They're about this, that, whatever. They're not about like all about the money. It's not about that. So again, like I'm blessed to like be able to come out here and you guys think that I'm some special guest. Like, I was just some kid at SneakerCon 3 years ago selling in the back. That's literally what I was. Like, it's insane to me how kids like, or even grown adults want to take pictures with me. Blows my mind. So I'm really humbled by the opportunity that, you know, I've been given, and I'm just living life, honestly. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Solecast. Make sure to check out Bo on his social media. Let him know where you can find them. You guys can follow me, bo.williams.33 on IG, or my resale page at Soul Swapping. Should have like a picture of Beluga on there, so go follow me there. Posting pairs daily, you know, because if they're not buying them, you guys can buy them. All right, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.